Hi everybody, it's Tara Green here, and it is the full moon on March the 18th at 27 degrees of Virgo, 40 minutes. Now that's already happened here at 3:18 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, but I wanted to go over the aspects here because, of course, the effects of a full moon do last at least until the moon enters another sign, but really because we're only two days away from the spring equinox, I would consider this to be a full moon on the spring equinox, which happens as the sun enters Aries on the 20th at 11:33 a.m. But let's look at what the full moon has to tell us. Now, I had actually drawn this chart out and put in all the aspects, and it disappeared on me. So you can see there's a big blue triangle there, and that is a nice Earth trine, a grand Earth trine from the moon up there at the top to Pluto in Capricorn at 28 degrees and to the North Node at 28 degrees, conjunct Algol, the most feared, the demon star Medusa. She wasn't really a demon, she was just a very powerful woman. Okay, so this brings up the power of the denied feminine from the unconscious, which is Pluto, out into the light. Okay, so Virgo, an earth sign, the sign of humility, of perfectionism, of workaholism, of humility, dedication to serving others, community, pets, sign of accountability, worriers, Virgos can be hypochondriac, they can also be very OCD. So also Virgo rules the upper digestion, and the moon always rules the tummy, so be very, very careful, especially Virgos, over the weekend, that your stomach is probably going to be off the charts. Okay, so when the moon's in Virgo, it is ruled by the Hermit in the tarot, the card number 9. So this is very nicely synchronized. We're at the end of the natural winter here, and actually real New Year's starts at the spring equinox. It's also International Astrologers Day. So if you really want to make New Year's resolutions, it is now. In the Northern Hemisphere here, I just saw the birds returning early as they did last year. So signs of spring, quickening life. This is a natural calendar. We need to live by nature, not by an artificially imposed calendar. It's one of the reasons why, we're all so out of sync and sick and off and whatnot in the West, is because we don't live in harmony with nature. So Virgo reminds us, the virgin goddess, the whole complete into herself, the parthenogenesis, self-creating goddess of the harvest, Demeter, Ceres, she holds the wheat sheaf for the ear of corn in the Eleusinian mysteries, reminding us that we are here embodied for a reason, and that is to serve the earth. We don't own the earth, we serve the earth, we serve the great mother, Mother Nature, Pachamama, whatever you want to call her. So very much tuning into your health. Now, speaking of health, the moon also features, of course, the sun is always in the opposite sign in a full moon. The sun's at 27 degrees of Pisces, tightly conjunct Neptune, and Jupiter there as well at 18 degrees, Mercury too. So there's a stellium in Pisces, but really Jupiter, Neptune, and the sun opposite. The moon will amp up the Piscean energy. So again, we might feel like we're pulled between, I want to escape from what's going on in the world, I don't want to hear the details, I just want to run away and hide. Also, all that Pisces energy is making us feel very exhausted. So if you're feeling real tired, also there was that big solar flare, which also disrupts the electromagnetic frequency in our bodies. If you feel really tired, try to rest as much as you can. I know I've been really feeling it myself. So at a Virgo full moon, it's a culmination. Look at what the state of your health is. How is your body feeling? How is your mental health? Pisces is spiritual, mental health, addictions, denial, illusions, delusions, projections, inflated gas and oil prices, debt, anything intangible, So there's that strong, trying to be kind of keep it going by being the workaholic in the world, but really being fully exhausted. So it's okay to rest. It's okay to tend to your body. It's okay to put your body first. The body is the temple of the soul. Okay, now what else is going on here? Okay, well, we can see that Mars and Venus are still very tightly conjunct at 9 and 11 degrees of Aquarius. They are sextiling Chiron, the wounded healer, and Athena at 11 and 12 degrees of Aries. And they're also trining Ceres, the Great Mother, speaking of the Great Mother, she's like Demeter, she is the Virgin Mother. So we want to think about those energies where we might be feeling vulnerable, or that we have to be more defensive, or we need a new battle strategy, where we feel emotionally we're too detached, right? Also, Ceres and Gemini means we have to nurture our minds, that split in our minds, that kind of forced duality and blaming each other and all that stuff that's been going on by the media. Okay, now Saturn at 20 degrees of Aquarius conjunct Juno, my favorite goddess. I'm doing a workshop on her in April through the Tucson Astrology Association. A little shameless plug here. That is on April the 9th. You can go to their site. Juno, the feminine form of genius, conjunct to Saturn. So we need to bring in that feminine wisdom in that higher detached sign. It's multitasking. It can't just be in your head. You have to be firing on all aspects to take care of everything that needs to be taken care of. Again, they are sextiling Chiron, also in Aries. And what else are they doing there? That's about it. Okay, now you can see the planets are all pretty tightly bunched up together. They're basically like Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, a little bit of Aries. Uranus and Taurus is just at the edge of its square to Saturn, that they've been in that heavy dance for most of 2021. They're moving out of that 8-degree orb of a square. It'll come back in later again this year. Now, Pluto is also, again, trining the North Node in Taurus, so we need to stay grounded. Okay, we need to stay present in our bodies. Pinch yourself if you start to feel like you're getting a little bit too spaced out or whatever, and just listen to your gut. Listen to your body, especially the moon in Virgo. The intuition, the feelings are connected to your guts. Now there's all of this stuff about gut health and gut wisdom, and Mercury, the planet that rules Virgo, the sign of health, and that rules Gemini, the mind, okay, is in Pisces. So your intuition right now should be very, very strong about what you need to eat, what your body needs. Listen to that balance of the intuitive with the rational mind. Okay, so Mercury in Pisces conjuncting Jupiter, so our intuition is very strong. I don't know about you, but I've had some very intense dreams the last while. In both of them, I was in underground, almost like fallout shelters, with food being stored up and gunfire going on outside. Was not too pleasant, actually. So I don't know if I was dreaming that I was in Ukraine, actually, now that I think about it. That's quite possible. Or it was my own inner landscape that I'm going through. Okay, so Mercury and Jupiter, listen to your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams right now. The dream healing is going to be stronger from now until April the 12th, when Jupiter and Neptune have their exact conjunction, and that is at 23 degrees of Pisces on the 12th, okay? I am still going to do a workshop about dream healing when I'm feeling a little more energized here. Uranus is at 12 degrees of Taurus, of course, squaring Venus and Mars. Again, you got to think outside the box. Pluto is also in conjunct to Lilith, but there was something else. What was it? Oh yeah. So the Sun and Neptune are squaring Lilith at 26 degrees of Gemini. That's conjunct the North Star. So Lilith, in a way, is our due north. The compass in the northern hemisphere points to her. The moon is squaring the galactic center at 27 degrees of Sag, opposite Lilith. And then they are creating a mutable grand cross. So the moon, 27 Virgo, galactic center, 27 Sag, 2 Neptune, and the Sun, of course, late Pisces, 2 Lilith at 26 degrees of Gemini on the North Star. So that's a pretty powerful, mutable grand cross there. So Lilith and the galactic center. So again, that shadow of the divine feminine. Lilith represents the first woman in the Old Testament before Eve. She represents the death-bringing mother of nature. She represents women's sexuality as kind of inherently unstoppable. Her powers as the snake priestess, to be an oracle, to bring forth wisdom, to see things from both sides. So tuning into that snake energy, that's very much our instincts again. So again, balancing the instincts with the mind. And again, the moon in Virgo. So don't try to rationalize things too much. Over-rationalization just really burns us out. Gemini rules social media. I've been trying to take a break from it by kind of my doctor's orders here. Try to get away from it. We really do need to get in touch with nature and our intuition. So again, I feel like this is a very intuitive but practical, grounded full moon. So the questions to ask under a Virgo full moon are, do I love my work? Does my work feed me? How is my health? What am I feeding myself? It's a good time to do a spring cleanse here in the Northern Hemisphere. As spring hits, it's a good time to, go on a more raw or light food diet or cleanse your liver, detox your liver. That's a really good thing to do. Jupiter rules the liver, so if you're having problems with your liver or your kidneys or your spleen, that would probably be due to Jupiter in Pisces, right? As well, or problems with your feet, because Pisces rules the feet as well. And there is medical astrology. I'm just touching on this very, very briefly. Right. So my sense also that Pluto is now up to the 28th degree. Its energies are stronger. It's only got 2 more degrees to go until it enters Aquarius. Believe it or not, it's March 23rd, 2023. I love that numerology signature there. So really only a year away till Pluto begins its journey into Aquarius. And you know how fast time goes these days. Now, it's not going to stay in Aquarius, but at least it's going to enter. So think about, wow, how different that's going to be only 1 year from now. Sorry, what happened there? My computer just went off. Whoops, sorry about